Welcome back to EarthX 2026. I'm Paul Salfen, and we are honored today to be joined by Amara Haseltine. Welcome.
Thank you, Paul. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yes, this is an incredible conference. There's so many wonderful minds here talking about so many great issues. And tell us a little bit about what you're doing here and who you're hoping to meet.
Well, I am an environmental artist and with a science background, and my specialty is making the microscopic, megascopic, and I'm a sculptor, so that's what I'm known for, but I'm also an ocean environmentalist, and actually I design reefs that do not use any plastic or traditional concrete. And I started an NGO this past year called the Geotherapy Institute for Art and Field Science, and our mission is to infuse art and poetry into the field sciences. And I'm proud to say that we are well into our first project, which is to restore one of the last remaining hard coral reefs in Cuba at Laguna de Maya. And I'm wearing one of my maquettes. So this is based on a unicellular plankton, and it utilizes two different forms of nature-based solutions for reef restoration.
That's wonderful. Well, you obviously have a wonderful gift that I do not have. I can barely draw stick figures. I think I could maybe do some old caveman wall-style paintings, but when did you first realize that you had the gift? Because you truly do have a gift.
Well, this is what I tell my students. If you have to question whether you're an artist or not, don't do it. I think, it's sort of like you do it because that's who you are, and that's right. I've always done it, and I've always been enthralled by the ocean and the microscopic realm. So I think that I wanted to become a marine biologist, but the kind of meditative process of making things just calms me down so much that I've sort of combined everything and in art and science. And
yeah, that's beautiful. What was your first interaction with the ocean that was just such a beautiful thing that just captured your imagination?
Well, I've always didn't know why I was human. Honestly, I always wished I was a fish, and I remember, in particular, at age 9, losing a Monopoly game and realizing I didn't care about money at all, and fish didn't care about money, and doing a prayer that I would become part of the ocean. So I guess, I always loved the water. I'm a Pisces, but that moment, losing the Monopoly game, drew me to just a quest to help, restore the ocean eventually, but just enthralled by it, and I love it, and I go there for peace, and it's amazing, yeah.
I understand you. I'm a Pisces myself.
Oh, okay, excellent.
I get it. I'm not sure what it is because, whether or not you believe in those kind of things or not, we are water people.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I feel like it's like a subclass of human is the ocean people, we're all from Atlantis, and we just get each other immediately. So
I might have scales. You might have scales.
Yeah,
too.
definitely.
That's great. So, what are artists communicate about the climate that just most people can't? You think?
I think, to be an artist is really, like a good artist is to be kind of like an antenna for humanity. And so we often perceive things before they actually happen. Like I became an environmentalist before it was popular to be an environmentalist during the Gore administration, when people, thought, oh, don't invite her to the dinner party, she's going to ruin it. So I think that, artists have this ability to kind of like capture the times, reflect on the times, and a kind of sensitivity to what's going on, and even predict what's going to happen in the future. And as an environmentalist, and when you combine those two things, it's about storytelling and getting the public involved in the narrative. And once they get involved in the narrative, they start caring about it, and then they do make changes to their personal lives, or maybe a donation or whatever it is. So I think the first step is really capturing people's imaginations, and that's what art can do.
Yeah. So are coral reefs still savable, or are we just kind of documenting loss here?
Well, this project that I'm doing right now is the last remaining hard coral reef, possibly in the Caribbean. It's in Laguna de Maya, Cuba, about an hour and a half east of Havana. And, it's kind of like the dodo bird of the coral reefs in the Caribbean right now, because acropora coral, the hard corals there, have been named functionally extinct. So we're really in a race against time to save this reef. We've been working with the University of Havana, Cresta Coastal, the Ocean Foundation, the Global Coral Reef Alliance, and many others. A sustainable farm, Artista Finista, in about 45 minutes outside of Cuba to fabricate everything. So it's a big group effort, and I think it's really about preserving stuff now. One of our techniques, we cross-fertilize coral gametes from spawning to make them more hardy. Mm-hmm. And so I think that kind of thing needs to happen. Another technique I use is like the structure is the light is metal, and we put light volts of electricity into the metal, which accretes calcium carbonate and also boosts the immune system of the corals and actually everything in this arc around the object. So at this point, the planet and corals, as you know, are the canary in the coal mine, really needs an anthropogenic help. Like our planet is ailing, our biosphere is ailing. So nature-based solutions that is basically homeopathic remedies for restoration is, I think, what is needed right now, and we all must become stewards for the planet as a unit.
Absolutely. What are some things that we can do at home to help, and what were some things when we go on that nice beach vacation that we can do that will help?
Well, I think, recycling, picking up trash at the beach is helpful, even if it's just a small gesture. That helps. I think that, being aware of what you buy, how things are made, where you spend your money. Fast fashion is obviously detrimental to the environment. Maybe buy sustainable fashion or organic cotton. I mean, every little thing I think helps. And also, if you can do something bigger, like maybe volunteer for a nonprofit, in forestry or ocean conservation or whatever, that's amazing. Or, devote your whole life to it and start your own NGO. And
that's great.
Do that.
So what's the most misunderstood fact you think about the ocean collapse?
I think the most misunderstood fact about what's going on in the planet right now is that we're past out of time. And that the ocean is not just an expendable resource. I mean, the High Seas Alliance just passed this treaty. It took a very long time, where the high seas are now protected. And that just happened. So everything beyond 2 miles off the coast was outside of governmental jurisdiction and just treated as a garbage dump, and just, bottom trawling, trafficking of all kinds. I don't want to even get into that, but so it's just now that people are kind of waking up. It's a little bit on the late side, honestly.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know there's probably a bunch of, what's great is, those that aren't with us today will be listening to this, will be watching this.
Yeah.
And I know there's some younger people they'll be thinking about what you're doing, maybe even some fellow Pisces, and they might be thinking, I want to do this too. I want to be able to help, maybe through my art. What kind of advice would you give them?
Well, the first thing I would say is check out the website, Geotherapy Institute for Art and Field Sciences. And if you have a skill set that you think, if you speak Spanish, especially because their first project is in Cuba, that would be great to just get help. But I think that, young people need to look up from their phones and take action, basically.
Yeah. Absolutely. And what kind of keeps you on the right path always? As we talk about that success mindset. What is it you think about that keeps you going? Because this is an uphill battle, but it's definitely worth doing.
I feel that that's a really good question. What keeps me going? I just think sheer determination.
Yeah.
And, do it till I die. Mm-hmm. And I'll never retire. I'll never stop. And that's just who I am, And as an artist, it's a rocky road, so I don't think it's for everybody, but you have to be able to, ride the wave, I guess.
That's right. Well, we all have that moment in our life or career where you just kind of have to go for it. And maybe your back's up against the wall and you just decide, all right, I'm going to do this no matter what. What was that moment for you?
The moment that I decided that I was going to do it no matter what, I just feel that I mean, I don't want to toot my own horn or anything, but I was born an artist. I'm thought I was a dolphin in a past life, actually. So I'm basically, here for the dolphins and the citations and the whole ocean. And I don't even feel like I am human. So to see humans destroying it, our beautiful planet, is heartbreaking, but the planet will survive, actually.
Yes.
The planet will regenerate with or without us. We are the ones that are going to become extinct. And I think that if you realize that puts everything into perspective.
Absolutely. Well, EarthX, so like I said, there's some brilliant, beautiful minds here and some people doing some really, really wonderful things. Who are you hoping to connect with? And is there anybody in particular or any panels that you're hoping to catch?
Well, I mean, Sylvia Earle, obviously her deepness. I mean, she's here. Mark Miller, amazing guy. I'm a member of the Explorers Club, and so there's a lot of us here. And I think that, just to be with my colleagues. But I love talking to everybody here. I mean, I just had amazing conversations with strangers at lunch, and to be with a like-minded group of people like this, especially in this day and age, it's just a joy, honestly. That's
wonderful. Well, last thing, tell people where they can connect with you and where they can find you here while at the conference.
Okay, well, I'm doing a book signing in about at 2:30, so in about 15 minutes. So you can find me there, and you could find me at the Sylvia Earle banquet tonight. And otherwise, you could just text me on the app. And in the world, if you're looking at this and you want to find me, my best email is calamara, like calamari, but my first name Mara, CALAMARA @mac, like macandcheese.com. And I will be happy to entertain any questions, or if you wanted, help out in any way, that would be great.
That's wonderful. Well, thank you so much for everything that you do, and congratulations. And it's wonderful to meet a fellow Pisces.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
We're looking forward to seeing you around here at EarthX and beyond. So stay tuned. We've got more from the EarthX Podcast Lounge next.